Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I think Tahara is safe. I think they'll stay up.
You reckon? I reckon so. I just don't think they're going to be bit of a race at the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, I can feel
Yep. Yep. It makes it interesting since they reintroduced that back into the competition again.
I'm like when it reaches the very end.
Apart from the finals, yeah, I've got next week I've got Wednesday that wild card over to Charlestown and Edgeworth games.
I was trying to teach you how to do it.
And then Saturday I'm doing a Northern League 1 game up in Singleton. Random one, and then still on Sunday. We've got Edgeworth. Maitland and Edgeworth at Cook Square Park. So. Yeah, and then Adamstown the following Sunday as well. But.
Yeah, we don't know how some of the schedule like they don't want us to find out when we do dance.
Yeah, okay.
But we're actually not sure when we find out.
Yeah.
Just with all the new communicators we were able to take forward.
Yeah.
Just so much to organise.
I don't think I've had any commentary going since. The women's one at Adamstown Sunday the 23rd was Sheffield and pretty much Sunday the 31st.
Probably get something out first next week. Well, yeah, but then again, that women's week isn't till the end of the week.
Yeah.
Next week's just mental.
Yeah, okay, so I had a rest. And they played the final round.
Yeah.
All together, I'm assuming, all on the Sunday.
On the Sunday, yeah. So they do, yeah. That battle for first spot's going on. Because
I need $10 more. Pretty please?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Order Park for a second versus third showdown as New Lambton hosts Lake Macquarie City in a Saturday evening blockbuster. Both sides know where they sit heading into the finals, but tonight is a great chance to build some momentum and confidence. Following Maitland's 1-0 win over Magic last night, New Lambton would need an absolute miracle to steal the minor premiership from the Magpies. But the Golden Eagles remain undefeated here at their fortress this season and will be determined to keep that intact. For Lake Macquarie, firmly cemented in third, this is their final regular season game with the bye to come to finish the season, so they will be hoping to end the regular season on a high. It's got all the makings of a cracking contest. I'm Harry Scobie, delighted to bring you all of the action live and free on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel. And as we await two teams to come out for this evening's clash, just as the sun slowly starts to come down at Order Park, but it's in front of a healthy crowd here in attendance. As the referee just checking on the final few teams as they have their final instructions. And while we wait, let's waste no time in seeing how both sides line up. For New Lambton, they are home for their final 2 rounds. Let's see how they have shaped up for this contest. Number 1, Isabella White between the sticks for New Lambton here this evening. Number 2, Brianna Trappett. Number 7, Zana Franklin. Number 9, Tara Andrews, who's again going to be tough for the Lake Macquarie City defence to stop. Number 12, Amy Gosling. Number 19, Gemma Lawson. Number 20, Molly Salvador. 27, Caitlin Pickett. 28, Montana Quick. 29, Josie Fisher. And 35, Sienna Fraser-Kelly. A strong New Lambton team all round. One that knows they would need an absolute miracle to steal the minor premiership off Maitland. If Lake Macquarie do pick up a draw or win today, it will fully confirm that Maitland will be crowned the premiers. I'm sure that's going to be in the back of the mind of New Lambton, and they will turn their full focus to finals, you'd presume. Let's look at Lake Macquarie's lineup here this evening. As we said earlier, firmly cemented in that third position. Let's see how Gabby Blanche has lined up her side. Number 2, Sonny Mitchell. Number 3, Alyssa Togo Paragalli. Number 4, Caitlin McMahon. Number 5, Georgia Brown. 7, Kira Bainsfair. 8, Kezia White. 11, Emily Loder Weston. 17, Lily Brooks. 21, coming into the starting side. The only change from last week's 1-0 win over Charlestown is Talon Convery between the sticks for Lake Macquarie. 24, Larissa Ryan. And 25, Holly Vintnell. So it's an unchanged New Lambton side from the team that went to Magic Park last Friday night and picked up a 3-1 win. And only the one change for Lake Macquarie as well. So both teams relatively unchanged heading into this contest. A big boost though for New Lambton. Cass Davis for a second week straight is back on the bench. And she will most certainly be building up her minutes ahead of New Lambton's finals appearance. See both teams just wishing each other the best of luck. We'll wait for the coin toss to take place. But to last night's action, to kick off round 20 of the Cardiff Motor Group NPL Women's Northern New South Wales, it was a different Broadmeadow Magic side, one that really took it to the current ladder leaders in Maitland Magpies. Maitland prevailing thanks to a stoppage time goal from Sophie Stableford to win that one 1-0. And if that game was anything to go by, we are in for an incredible round here of football. Second of 3 games here in round 20. The only game tomorrow sees Adamstown Rosebuds, fresh off the bye, travel to Darling Street Oval to take on Newcastle Olympic. These games this weekend with a lot of meaning. A chance for those sides that have cemented their spot in the finals to start to build confidence, as has these two sides here today. That battle for fourth still continues, with Magic not able to pick up 3 points last night. Lambton still with a game in hand as well. But they'll be looking for a strong home performance here this evening, back on home deck at Order Park. Tara Andrews leading the Golden Boot. Not too many surprises there. Renee Pountney gave her a scare last week when she grabbed 4 to reduce that margin between 3. Pountney unable to get on the score sheet though last night in Maitland's win. So the ball is in your court. Tara Andrews, and I'm sure she'll be keen to chip in with a few goals here this evening. So it'll be New Lambton to run to the left of your screen. Macquarie in their white kit. New Lambton in their home jersey, and it will be the Golden Eagles to get us underway. Franklin and Andrews exchanging words. And we're all set. Saturday afternoon football at Order Park. Franklin immediately sending it forward. Lake Macquarie comfortably sitting in third. New Lambton in second. These two sides could potentially meet in the final series, but all eyes are on this clash here this evening, and Sienna Fraser-Kelly straight into the action as well. Another one of New Lambton's players that's taken their game to another level this season, as Macquarie looking to work their way out from the back. Kezia White going in there to Georgia Brown, who looks to open up the width of the field early. Strong challenge there from Josie Fisher. Macquarie using the width well nicely early on. Sonny Mitchell sending it down the line to Larissa Ryan. Macquarie getting the first sight of goal early on. White hesitates, comes to the edge of the box. Macquarie dominating early on. Do they have something to show for it? Brown out to Bainsfair. Bainsfair looking to get inside of the challenger of Salvador. Not too many have been able to do that this season. Put away by Gosling. Kezia White retreats to Sonny Mitchell, so the fast start from the away side. See New Lambton sitting in without the ball. Here's Lily Brooks, sensing the danger in behind. Sonny Mitchell chasing. Well done there to Isabella White. Sense the danger, come out and cleared. And it'll be a Lake Macquarie throw in. Deep into attacking territory. They'll love the goal here early. New Lambton undefeated at home this season, but they're under the pump to start this one. Togo Paragalli to come across. Paragalli to take. Just assessing her options. This looks like a rehearsed move. Mitchell sneaking there just on the edge of the box, but it's cleared away by New Lambton. Sonny Mitchell, who's been heavily involved to start this one. Very consistent player for Lake Macquarie across the course of the season. They're settling into their groove early on. Fraser-Kelly doing her defensive duties and sending it down the line for those to chase. It's sent forward again by Trappett Andrews. Looking to get in behind. Paragalli, little bobble of the deck, but it will plead a runner over the top in Brown. Brown battling. Only Loda Weston looked to have won out there, but it'll be a throw in the way of the home side. Paragalli to send it back forward. So battle of the headers at the minute. Loda Weston looking to combine with a teammate. Great turn there by Ryan. Ryan with space, sending it into Bainsfair. They've worked this nicely. Have the visitors. Brown sending it across. It's cleared away. New Lambton's back four being heavily tested early on. Paragalli sensing it out wide, but Mitchell's caught too high now. They'll have to get in back defensively. Trap it over the top. Salvador now. Looking down the line for Pickett, whose first touch was a heavy one. And Georgia Brown can pick it up and take it for Lake Macquarie. Macquarie just settling into their groove to start this contest. A lot of the ball has been there in the middle of the park. The earlier reserve grade fixture saw the home side New Lambton win out. 1-0 winners over Lake Macquarie. A few from both sides backing up on the benches for the first grade fixture here. See it a lot now. Reserve grade players having to stay behind and get minutes in first grade. Here's Andrews combining with Fraser Kelly. Pickett robbed of possession by Brown. And good work by Georgia Brown, but at the cost of a New Lambton throw-in. Fraser Kelly, the only option there from the throw-in. Georgia Brown, one of many plays here in this Lake Macquarie side that were previously at Azuri. Levine Ackland, as well as Paragelli, only to name a few. They've made the move to Lake Macquarie this season, and they'll be happy with where they sit on the ladder. Now New Lambton with a free kick just over the halfway line. They've only sent a few players forward, looking for the height of Andrews most notably. Andrews, first touch, couldn't combine there with Pickett. Down low to Weston being forced under pressure. Touch was a little heavy. Great work from Pickett. There's width out on this left-hand side. Franklin, who scored an incredible goal last week, feeding it through. Andrews trying to turn inside of a few players. And how dangerous she is in and around the box. And her shots aren't too bad either. Is now sent back in by Fisher. Headed away initially. Fraser Kelly. And Lambton just peppering in and around the box. Starting to get more of a foothold in this game. A shot taken. And out to claim there was Convery, but she can't keep it from crossing the byline. It will be New Lambton's first set piece of the evening, which Franklin will take. Scored the third goal in their 3-1 win last week over Broadmeadow Magic. It's been Lake Macquarie with all the early ball. Can New Lambton respond? Sent in. Flick on to the header, has to go in surely, and it does eventually. Sienna Fraser-Kelly scores first for New Lambton. It was pinball in the area. Lakes couldn't clear, and New Lambton on home turf opened the scoring through Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Well, it's safe to say it's against the run of play, but nothing there that Convery could do between the goals. And New Lambton, who've been pretty dangerous off set pieces this season, again proved that and open proceedings here, which will certainly frustrate Lake Macquarie. Takes Fraser Kelly to 5 goals for the season. Playing that more attacking advanced role in this New Lambton side. She's combined well with Andrews at times. She's been a player that probably flies under the radar a little bit for New Lambton in terms of creativity. There's Fisher winning that header. Lakes looking to respond in fashion after falling behind early. Strong header there by Gosling. Sent home to the far side looking for Brown. That's going to be a good battle between Brown and Salvador, and Salvador just had a grab there of Brown. It will be a free kick in a dangerous position here for Lakes. Wouldn't they love a goal to respond back? Be Kezia White to stand over it. Certainly knows how to hit a ball. Can sense by this run up she might go for goal. Lake Macquarie looking to hit back. Kezia White stands up and shoots. And it wasn't too far away. Certainly had Isabella White in goals worried. Just sailing too much over the crossbar. And Lambton will take this goal kick long. And Gosling taking it rather than the goalkeeper in white. So away from home this season, Lake Macquarie, 3 wins, 3 draws and 2 losses. So a mixed bag for them on the road. Here's a great chance. Loda Weston getting inside. Great energy shown by Loda Weston. Will be a corner the way of the visitors. So they certainly might have picked up more wins at home than they have away, but they've certainly been competitive on the road this season. They certainly know how to stay in the contest, and that's what they'll look to do here. Kezia White standing over the set piece, which is to the front stick, sent back out wide for a late throw-in. Gosling's header clears. Brown. He's just looking for a foothold here. And eventually Pickett picks up the scraps and earns her side a throw-in. Good work there from New Lambton's number 27. Another player alongside Tara Andrews. It's so dangerous for sides to break down. 8 goals to her name this season. Second highest of any New Lambton player this season. Paragelli now thumps it forward. Pickett to Andrews. Tara Andrews dropping deep to try and look to pick up the ball there. We've seen her do that plenty of times this season. Here's Fisher. Pass a little bit under hit. Well read by Sonny Mitchell. Now looking to start a counter-attack for Lake Macquarie. Mitchell driving forward. Little flick over the top, and it's going to need Isabella White to come out and claim, and that she does. Now over the top, Andrews. Andrews onside. Needed a touch from a Lake Macquarie defender who know they have to be alert this evening, and Lily Brooks was taking no chances there. And New Lambton, they scored their first goal off a set piece. Can they do likewise here? It'll be Fisher to take this time rather than Zana Franklin. So Fisher to take. Franklin on the edge of the area. Unmarked. He's got a good height about it. There was 2 New Lambton players jumping for it there. They got a little bit confused. Pickett and Andrews, you'd back both of them to hit the target, but they just got caught up from that set piece. Now Loda Weston showing a good sign of speed and threading it forward. It's a good chance there for Larissa Ryan to try and get through on goal. Loda Weston injecting a lot of speed now for Lake Macquarie, sending it across. But White, she's been comfortable so far to start this game. Placing Janali Haynes, who is out of the squad today. Wishing her all the best as she's currently in hospital. So, speedy recovery for her. They might be tested again here in New Lambton. Threaded through. No final product though. Time was coming down on goal. Andrews looking to flick it on. Kezia White loses out to Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Now plenty of space down this right-hand side if Pickett can beat Brown, and Georgia Brown up to the challenge. Plenty of good battles across the park here this evening. It's a battle of the number 2s. And on our preferred side. Trap it up against Sonny Mitchell. Now Salvador is thinking about playing it back to Isabella White, but wins the throw-in. Probably the second best result in that situation. Eager to get things going. Great work there from Trappett, sending it forward, looking for the run of Trappett, who sneaked in on goal. Great chance from a tight angle. And a great save by Talon Convery. Pretty routine, but needed saving, but just a sign of concern there for Lake Macquarie. Trappett just sneaking in behind the defence too easily. Paragelli now. This is a ball searching in behind for Bainsfair. Up against Salvador, who, as I mentioned earlier, has been very impressive there at right fullback for New Lambton. Another throw in, which Brown will take. It's flicked on. Bainsfair up against Gosling, and both players looking that it came out of play, and it did, so it'll be a corner in the way of Lake Macquarie. Set pieces have been the difference so far in this game. Can Lake Macquarie respond back here, which Paragelli will go across the take. Kezia White presenting short. Could be scope here for them to go short from the corner. Paragelli not interested and will decide to send it into the box. Lake Macquarie looking to hit back, sent forward. Crucial header by Gosling there, who's been cleaned up after heading it away. Well, needed clearing there. Lambton's captain got the vital touch. Slowly back to her feet, which is good to see as the lights coming into full force here at Order Park. Both these teams will be playing finals football this season. And they will be held the grand final at Darling Street Oval. Back at Darling Street again, the grand final across both the men's and women's competition. So a lot of football as we approach this back end of the season. We had both the UNE Regional Super League games at Coffs Harbour earlier on. Both the men's and women's finals held there at Coffs Coast Synthetics. Perfect weather for it as well. Now Kezia White. Bainsfair looking for runners. Gets inside the challenge there from Montana Quick and sends it forward. Mitchell just looking to get on the end of it. But White, she's been comfortable early on for New Lambton. She's been alert to everything that Lakes have thrown at her. Clean sheets for New Lambton this season. Only the 6 for them, which is pretty impressive. Maitland picking up their 10th last night with the 1-0 win over Broadmeadow. They currently lead the competition in terms of clean sheets. Now this throw-in, not intended for any players, but Lawson is taking no chances. There'll be a throw-in right in front of the Lake Macquarie bench for the visitors. Again sent forward by Brown. Andrews looking to get on the end of it. Lovely touch. Fraser Kelly now driving forward again, surrounded by Lake Macquarie players. Oh, that's a lovely ball from Tara Andrews, picking out the run there of Trappett, sending it forward. Fraser Kelly, it's miscued there momentarily by McMahon. But Convery's able to gather and will send her team over to the right-hand side now to try and thump it forward. Fisher wins the first contact. Now it's a battle between Fraser Kelly and Paragelli, but just had a little bit too much speed behind that pass. Some clever footwork by Craig Atkins as well for New Lambton. Sure, he'll be impressed with the way New Lambton have gone about their business this season. No Lauren Allen here this evening. Should be back next week for a return for New Lambton, as he's one of her former Newcastle Jets A-League women's teammates in Tara Andrews. Cass Davis on the bench as well. So I'm sure when they get those three back, they will be a dangerous team to break down. As now working it out wide's Pickett. I'll pick up the scraps, New Lambton. Now Lake Macquarie looking to do likewise. Salvador retreating to Lawson, who's again taking no chances and thumping it forward. Pretty even start to this game. Neither side, you could say, really having a strong foothold and a good spell of possession. Lake Macquarie came out of the gates flying but weren't rewarded. And it was New Lambton who gets the run of play up into scoring through Sienna Fraser Kelly. Kezia White. It's a good battle there this evening in the middle of the park between White and Fraser Kelly. Lakes have to be careful here coming out from the back. Well won. Franklin, looked to get the pass away to Andrews and couldn't, but good work now by Montana Quick, threading it out wide. Trappett, she's onside. She has numbers in the box. This one deep to the back post and beats everyone, but Pickett will pick up the scraps. Sending it back to Fisher. Under pressure by Bainsfair. Fisher's ball. Can't beat Kezia White. Fisher again on the follow-up. Staying alive, and the ball from Pickett wasn't where she intended. No pressure being applied here to McMahon, who sends it forward, looking for the run of Sonny Mitchell. Mitchell bursting downfield. Ryan's ball into the box, looking for Loda Weston. A few shouts there from a Lake Macquarie perspective. Picked up on the follow-up by Mitchell. Looking to get across in on that right-hand side. Mitchell getting it away, cleared initially by Gosling. And Lambton just struggling to clear it fully. You know, when they get the ball forward in situations like that, they do have quality plays in attack. You see at times as well, Trappett and Pickett switching flanks just to cause a bit of panic for the opposition fullbacks for Lake Macquarie, and Mitchell and Georgia Brown, who are both very solid in their own rights. Franklin sending it forward, and strong challenge there for McMahon. Robbing Pickett of possession, and Pickett thinks a throw-in's gone the way of New Lambton, but it's going to be throwing the way of the visitors. Now McMahon. Andrews looking to rob possession. She had it momentarily. Now it invites a run of Trappett in forward. Gets inside of Paragelli and goes to ground. Nothing given by the referee, and Trappett straight back to her feet. Looked to be too much contact from up here, but always tricky to tell. White misjudges the header. Likewise there in Lily Brooks. Andrews searching over the top. Fraser Kelly brings it down to control. Gliding past a few players. Sending it forward now. The shot comes in, and Convery was beaten there, but the eventual shot from Pickett couldn't find the back of the net. But it's much better play by the home side. Mitchell under pressure by Fisher, and the final touch there did come off the youngster for New Lambton. Playing their fullback here this evening. battle of headers, which has resulted in a late Macquarie throw-in. Mitchell. Brooks dispossessed. Both sides struggling to keep the ball in play. Macquarie looking to come down the right-hand side, but it's cleared. And Tara Andrews can try and apply the pressure there to McMahon. As Brooks in support, McMahon decides to let it roll, and New Lambton can work their way upfield. So it'll be interesting to see at what point Cassidy Davis makes her way onto the field for New Lambton. Only played just over 10 minutes last week. Interesting to see at what point she'll be introduced here this evening. Salvador giving it on now to the run of Trappett. Trappett sends it in. Brooks was aware at the edge of the box. Now it's Bainsfair working out of trouble. The pass was the right idea. Still might come the way of Sonny Mitchell. Gosling forward now to Pickett, who's looking to use line to advantage. But the final touch off McMahon, who's been caught into action heavily these last few minutes and has defended New Lambton's attack really well. Fisher winning the contact. Fraser Kelly trying to get the ball to ground. Little touch to Franklin. Franklin to Andrews. Andrews gliding past Paragelli, but it's well recovered there from Lake Macquarie centre back. And this Lake Macquarie side, who do play a back five without the ball, we do know the creativity they have in those fullbacks to get on forward. And they do get hungry for goals. It's been hard for Tara Andrews to really work her way into the contest so far. As now Franklin sends it into a dangerous area. Two Lake Macquarie runners chasing. But White can claim for New Lambton. So Lake Macquarie have only failed to score 6 times in games this season. I'll be hoping that isn't a trend that continues here this evening. Low to Weston. Sending it in field only as far as Franklin for New Lambton. Now it's Ryan. Great body and good footwork by Ryan, dropping it back. Kezia White fancying a strike. It might not be the product they were after there, Lake Macquarie, but much better with the ball. Over Weston, the player that is so dangerous with her speed in behind, and Kezia White, who has certainly thrown a name in contention for a few goal of the years this season. Now it's pinched back. Lake Macquarie starting to get much better with the ball. Here's Vitnall. Low to Weston looking for a return pass. A tricky one to track down, which Vitnall does well to keep in. Just got caught on her way through. And we'll have to stop play to check there on Holly Vitnall. Looked like a late challenge coming through. Former Charlestown Azuri player there, Holly Vitnall, who's called Lake Macquarie home for season 2026, and she's back to her feet. Galley sends that one forward. It certainly had a bit of venom behind it, and plenty of time and space for Fisher to bring it to control for New Lambton. She wants to look over the top. Wasn't on the same wavelength there as Trappett. And a little clip of the heels there by Franklin awards Lake Macquarie another free kick. In a position that it's sense they'll send their tall timber players forward. Sonny Mitchell waiting on the right hand side. Just in case Paragelli noticed her and wanted to use the short option rather than sending it into the box. Paragelli lining it up. It's a great cross, which is teasing. White nearly spills it, but regathered well. But a promising situation from a set piece there for Lake Macquarie. This game so far has been a story of momentum swings, which Lambton have ultimately taken their chances. Now in behind is Trappett. Trappett shooting, great chance for two, saved initially, and has to be tapped home, and is. Sienna Fraser-Kelly gets a brace, and New Lambton stretch out to a 2-0 lead. It was great work initially by Convery, but couldn't hold on to the ball. And Fraser-Kelly, similar to Sophie Stableford's goal last night for Maitland, was there to follow up. Makes it New Lambton 2, Lake Macquarie 0. Well, she's now on a hat-trick, Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Wouldn't she love to get one on home turf? It's a shame for Lake Macquarie, who were building nicely in the last few minutes. But New Lambton going from a defence to attack just like that. And now they have a bit of breathing room here at home, thanks to Sienna Fraser-Kelly. There's now Lake Macquarie looking to respond straight away, which they have done on both occasions now since trailing. Franklin dinking it to Tara Andrews. Dispossessed by Paragelli. These two sides have met already twice this season. Both have gone in favour of New Lambton. Back in round 6 here at Order Park, winning out 4-0 thanks to a brace from Tara Andrews, likewise a brace from Molly Salvador as well, for meeting again in round 13 at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility, where it was a much tighter game, but again, New Lambton getting the better of Gabby Blanch's girls. Pickett with a double that day, as well as a solo goal to Tara Andrews, while Indiana Ordinio grabbed the only goal for Lake Macquarie that day. And she is on the bench this evening for Lake Macquarie. One of only 3 outfield players that have been named on the squad list on the bench for Lake Macquarie. So a little bit worrying in terms of depth. They'll certainly be searching for an answer before half-time. Here they go over the top. Just a little bit too heavy. The idea was right by Paragelli. So Indiana Ordino, Kalani Ryan and Jasmine Thompson, the only outfield players that are named on the bench for Lake Macquarie. At this time of the season, we've seen so many teams introduce youngsters into the frame to try and get them minutes. New Lambton, on the other hand, they have a little bit more depth. Shall they turn to it? Sonny Mitchell. McMahon to Bainsfair. Bainsfair noticing the wet down the left-hand side. Paragelli central into the middle of the park. And now they've turned over possession. Andrews senses Convery out of her area. Well, if there was one player back to score from there, Tara Andrews would certainly be close to the top of that list. Had space to drive into, but decided the strike was her preferred option. And New Lambton, despite not having much of the ball, are very dangerous when they do get into that attacking position. With the depth that's on that Lake Macquarie bench being very limited, you'd sense there might not be too many changes. And this first half side will have to work very hard to put them in a position in the second half to go and chase a game. Emily Loder-Weston up against Zana Franklin. Is there a response from Lake Macquarie before half-time? Here they go down the left-hand side. Bainsfair, little dink, and the header coming in. Made good contact on the header there. Vitnall, but unable to test Isabella White and Lambton have won the goal kick. So Lake Macquarie won 3 of their last 5 games. So confidence is relatively high around this team and still is heading into the final series, which I'm sure they are buzzing to be a part of. Where does that spark come from, though, for the visitors? Andrews looking to flick it on to Trappett. Franklin does, though, and Trappett, she's onside. She's chasing this one down. But Convery was alert, as have been both goalkeepers to start this game. And despite the effort from Trappett, it hasn't paid off for New Lambton. Franklin. Salvador up the line. White will let this run into her hands and send it out to Josie Fisher. There's a bit of pressure being applied here by the visitors. Lambton searching for holes in the defence. A lovely ball there from Fisher. Down the left-hand side now for Trappett. Has Pickett and Andrews most notably in support. Cutting inside. Trappett shooting. Trappett scoring. Well, it's the pick of the lot so far for New Lambton. And Brianna Trappett has her goal. And just as we close in on half-time, New Lambton have further breathing room and make it 3-0. And it is a strike from the highest order. And New Lambton seem to be running away with this one here at home. Takes Trappett to 4 goals for the season. And we talked about goals that will be highlighted come the end of the season. I'm sure that will be one. Lake Macquarie have not scored at Order Park this season. This is their second time of asking, and already New Lambton are showing why they have been in that chasing pack all season. And now they might be in the mood for more. Andrews onside. It's a long ball sent forward for Tara Andrews. Cutting it back to Franklin. There's a few more options in support coming now. Andrews, she'd love to join in on the action. Cuts inside. Slipping it through to Trappett. Unfortunately, the return pass there for Andrews wasn't what she would have wanted. So not too much activity on the Lake Macquarie bench. A bit stunned by this first half, despite showing a few positive patches in moments. Here comes a good moment though. Loda Weston chasing this one down. It's going to be a battle between White, who again was alert. That might have been something that was mentioned midweek. The speed that Lake Macquarie have it in behind, and if White was going to be alert, it's today the game to do so. Was robbed off the ball there was Caitlin Pickett. Little flick on there from Pickett. Can't connect with a teammate. Spin of the ball keeps it in play for now, although it did cross the outline. It'll be a Lake Macquarie throw-in, which they've had plenty of in this first half. Gosling sending it forward. Fraser Kelly, it's a lovely first touch. And now sending it forward for the run of Pickett. Pickett with only Andrews in the box really to aim at, but she might not find a teammate. It looked like she might have won a corner, but it's a goal kick. And well defended by Georgia Brown in the end. Macquarie working it through Sonny Mitchell. Final touch did come off the right back of Lake Macquarie, so New Lambton now straight up the other end. Showing good signs of energy. Andrews the target, up against McMahon. Andrews looking to fashion a shot. Now Lake Macquarie can break through Mitchell. Bursting down the right-hand side, but Montana quick. Across to intercept. Fisher to Andrews. They've worked this nicely, New Lambton. Final product, the ball's a little bit heavy. Invites Trafford to chase it down. Just couldn't get on the end of it before the play was ended. Georgia Brown now, just sending it forward shy of the halfway line. Ryan now cutting inside the challenge of Lawson. There's White battling as well, but Fred Cayley look to have one out. Now it's White. Mitchell presenting the width out on the right-hand side. Now it does come to her. Fisher's header creates confusion. Lawson only clearing as far as Georgia Brown, who sends it well over the bar there. That one was never troubling Isabella White, who's looking to add another clean sheet for Craig Atkins' side here this evening. And if anything of this first 45 is to go by, they are well on track for their 7th clean sheet. Franklin to Salvador. Back into a dangerous area. It will be a New Lambton throw-in, who are just cruising about their business. The Golden Eagles. It's fair to say they haven't been dominant with the ball, but they've punished Lake Macquarie when it has counted. Here's Tara Andrews, little spin inside of Brooks. Brooks pinches it back, but it returns out wide. Slip through. Andrews' first touch is a nice one. Shot comes away, and Convery with some incredible hands there, because there was a run at the back stick there, and Trappett, who's looking for her second of the evening. Trappett, if she is to get a brace, it will be Fraser Kelly, equaling what New Lambton did back in round 6, where Andrews and Salvador grabbed a brace to clinch a 4-0 win. You sense she'll get more chances in this game. Through the legs there. Gosling sending it forward, inviting teammates to chase. It's brought down to control. And back out to Andrews, who has options on the right-hand side. Pickett probably just wanted that pass played a little bit further in front of her, so she could get more of a side of goal. And now Lake Macquarie, low to Weston, looking to get the final touch. That's probably one of the danger signs for New Lambton, is the speed of Emily Loader Weston. Bainsfair. All the way back to Paragalli. It's better from the visitors, keeping possession. New Lambton, though, very structured without the ball. Mitchell. McMahon into a pocket, which finds Paragalli. Now, can she combine with a teammate? Lofts it over the top, inviting Brown to chase. Georgia Brown looking to get a cross in. The cross is a nice one. Bainsfair was arriving. And if Lawson would have missed that header, Bainsfair would have had an incredible chance on goal. they'll work it down the left-hand side. Paragalli. Macquarie looking for something before half-time, but time is ticking in this first 45. And it's been the first half where I'm sure Lake Macquarie can't wait for that whistle to be blown and get back in the sheds to reset. Since Indiana Ordinio might be introduced in the second 45 to give them a different outlet going forward. The Western's flick on. Gosling looked like she was going to clear it, but the shouts of Isabella White. Now flicked on, Fraser Kelly. The Lambton dangerous in these areas, straight off goal kicks where they can bring the ball to ground and get possession. Fisher inside of Mitchell. On a weaker left foot here, it is Josie Fisher, but she wins the corner for the Golden Eagles. And they're going to work this short. Straight away, Strappett sensing the potential. Robbed out though. And well defended by Brooks. But that is all we have for you in the first 45 at Alder Park. And it's New Lambton, who are 3 goals to the good thanks to a brace from Sienna Fraser Kelly and an absolute screamer from well outside the area by Brianna Strappett. We'll take a short break here on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel, but at the break, it's New Lambton 3, Lake Macquarie FC 0.
Anyone can sell you a car, but at Cardiff Motor Group, you'll experience the car difference. We're a team driven by passion for excellence in both our service and our range of new and pre-owned vehicles. We listen to what you need and work within your budget to get you behind the wheel of a car you love. Call into our showroom or take a look online and experience the car difference with Cardiff Motor Group.
Thinking about a new car? Visit the team at Cardiff Volkswagen and view the fantastic range of new and demonstrator vehicles with all-weather on-site undercover parking available 7 days a week. View the award-winning Amarok range, Caddy, Transporter, Crafter and all-new electric ID Buzz. You'll be sure to find a great deal on your next vehicle. Experience the car difference with instant on-site finance quotes, genuine parts and accessories, factory-trained workshop technicians and locals supporting locals with service with a smile. All in one place. Call into our showroom for a coffee and a chat or take a look online. Cardiff Volkswagen, 2 Sturt Road, Cardiff, part of the Cardiff Motor Group.
Anyone can sell you a car, but at Cardiff Motor Group, you'll experience the car difference. We're a team driven by passion for excellence in both our service and our range of new and pre-owned vehicles. We listen to what you need and work within your budget to get you behind the wheel of a car you love. Call into our showroom or take a look online and experience the car difference with Cardiff Motor Group.
Visit the team at Cardiff Volkswagen and view the fantastic range of new and demonstrated vehicles, with all-weather on-site undercover parking available 7 days a week. View the award-winning Amarok range, Caddy, Transporter, Crafter and all-new electric ID Buzz. You'll be sure to find a great deal on your next vehicle. Experience the car difference with instant on-site finance quotes, genuine parts and accessories, factory-trained workshop technicians and locals supporting locals with service with a smile. All in one place. Call into our showroom for a coffee and a chat or take a look online. Cardiff Volkswagen, 2 Sturt Road, Cardiff, part of the Cardiff Motor Group.
Well, welcome back to Alder Park for round 20 of the Cardiff Motor Group NPL Women's Northern New South Wales. Not too many chances in that first 45, but one thing is for sure is New Lambton took those when they rised up. And heading into the second half, 3 goals to the good thanks to a brace from Sienna Fraser-Kelly. And of course, the goal from Brianna Trappett just before half-time. This gives them a huge buffer now heading into this second half. It's going to take a big comeback from late Macquarie. It's a mountain to climb for them if they want to work their way back into this contest. I'm Harry Scovey, bringing you all the action live and free on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel. And as I said in that first half, so much football to look forward to. Finals fastly approaching across all competitions. And so much up for grabs as well. Another huge clash tomorrow to round out round 20 with Olympic taking on Adamstown Rosebuds. So much context and a lot up on offer with that game tomorrow. So we'll just wait to begin this second half. It'll be late Macquarie that will get us underway. We'll keep an eye on changes if there was any from that half-time period. And we are back underway. So Lake Macquarie with a lot of work to do to reduce this deficit and make this game a contest in the second half. Interesting to see what the half-time message was from the coaching staff, but immediately they go on the front foot. Sonny Mitchell down the right-hand side. What a start this would be to the period of the second half, and they've won a corner, and I couldn't think of too many better ways to start this first 45 than a set piece, which Paragalli will come across to take. So Paragalli with not too many to aim at in the box for Lake Macquarie. This one deep to the back post. Georgia Brown arriving, sending it back in. Bainsfair looked to be the target, and a miscue there. Shot coming forward from Whitnall. Just couldn't make the contact. Now Loda Weston to Brown. Brown sending it in, but the offside flag was raised there against Emily Loda Weston. But a good start to the second half from the visitors. And it was a similar start to the first half as well, where Lake Macquarie had a lot of possession, but just that final product wasn't to be. And Lambton capitalising on their chances that come up for their side. So Indiana Ordino has come onto the field at half-time for Lake Macquarie, as we thought she may have, and looks to have replaced Larissa Ryan. Lake Macquarie down the left-hand side. Loda Weston leaving it for the throw-in. Good energy shown by the visitors early into the second half. Shirley Knight here at Alder Park. And it's the home side who, as it stands, continue their undefeated streak here at Alder Park. Achievement that would be going the whole season undefeated at home. There's Kezia White now with space out on the right-hand side as Lake slowly build it that way. Mitchell driving in field of two New Lambton players and no advantage given, so a free kick for Lake Macquarie. And I don't think New Lambton are too pleased with the way they've come out so far in this second half. They've got to defend this set piece first. Paragalli driven in low. Ordino gets the first contact and sent out of way by one of the goal scorers in that first 45 in Trappett, and here comes Pickett. Andrews combining nicely, just can't find it on the return pass. Lawson might be able to though. Forward, but headed away, and now this might fall. Trappett onside flag. Trappett through on goal, takes a shot, and a great save by Convery, who was very busy in that first half. And another example of there, despite Lake Macquarie having all the ball, New Lambton just looking to punish them when they get the chance. And a corner is how their first goal arrived. Let's see if they can add to their list here with Josie Fisher to take. Fisher's ball in. Andrews. It was a routine move. It looked too easy there for Tara Andrews. She picks it back up. Pinball in the area. Looking to be turned home by a New Lambton player, but wasn't. And Lake Macquarie. Well, that was a chance for New Lambton. Now cuts up the other end through Gosling, who thumps it back forward to looking for a teammate, but all those coming back from an offside position weren't able to retreat in time. Thrown out to Paragalli. Loda Western presenting in behind. White again alert to the danger. Not able to pick it up, so sends it out to Salvador. Claiming the final touch was off Georgia Brown, but it came off the New Lambton right back, and Lakes will have a throw in. His referee just has a short word after a coming together between Loda Western and Salvador. Kezia White can't beat the challenge of Quick, and now New Lambton can break. Montana Quick. It beats the challenge of Mitchell and falls into the path of Trappett. Trappett looking for Andrews. Again sent back forward. Pretty transitional start to the second half. Starting to open up to be quite an end-to-end game. Loda Western. Possibly one to hit, but still finds. It's a Togo Paragalli. And that wasn't one of her best passes. Goes out of play. Bainsfair on the spin, up against Montana Quick. Bainsfair has done well to ride the challenge and slipping it through to Loda Western. But again, the offside flag, unfortunately for Lake Macquarie, was raised against Emily Loda Western. Which is unfortunate because they have been building nicely to start this second half. Gosling to send it forward. Nearly kept in play there by Trappett, who did her best to keep it in. Now Georgia Brown. Sending it forward, it's flicked on by Loda Western. Gosling gets a touch, only as far as the substitute in Ordino. Now they're bursting forward with numbers, and unfortunately, that final product there, the ball out wide searching for Mitchell, just a little too overhit. Space opening up. Loda Western leaves it for the run of Mitchell. Lakes looking for a way back into the game. Up against Gosling there was Mitchell, and the experienced defender there, and Gosling wins out. Now Vitnell. Shooting chance available, and might not be the product there after Lake Macquarie, but they've been building nicely to start this second period. New Lambton have had their moments on the breakthrough. Trappett. Now look to work it out from the back. Lawson to Salvador. Lawson in field for Andrews, who tried to flick it on. You could see the idea, but here comes the press. Trappett. Brown in field to Bainsfair. Robbed of possession, and Andrews wins the free kick, much to the frustration of this Lake Macquarie side, who despite being a much improved already start the second half, just aren't getting that reward thereafter. And Tara Andrews, hopefully nothing too serious there. If she gets back to her feet, you can see coming out worse for wear after that challenge. She won't go forward for this free kick. She'll sit back for now. Interesting to keep an eye on how that plays out. Current leading goal scorer in Cardiff Motor Group NPL Women's Northern New South Wales competition. She seems to be not moving too much as we speak. There is options on the bench for New Lambton. Shall she leave the game? And I'm sure Craig Atkins will have it in the back of his mind to not take too many risks. With the finals fastly approaching, she's just trying to jog it out in the meantime. But here we are at the other end. Ordino up against Lawson. It's well done by the substitute. Lake Macquarie looking for final product to work their way back in the game. Bainsfair shooting. And the right idea is on target. He is saving and was comfortably by Isabella White. Whose kick is not where she intended, but still kept in play by Trappett, flicking it over the top of Brown. Paragalli pass, unfortunately, can't find her left fullback in Brown. Great control there from White. Gets it on the return pass. Paragalli, McMahon. Sensing the spade down the left here, and they've worked this nicely. Lake Macquarie, where does the final product come from? Ordino on the spin. Isabella White was heavily out of her area, still alive. Ordino cutting it back. And unfortunately, no teammate in the middle could pick it up. As far as away goals have come this season for Lake Macquarie, they've only scored 6, they've conceded 10. Plus 3 to the hands of New Lambton now, which takes the total to 13. Their biggest losses as well, equally coming against New Lambton and Maitland, both resulting in 4-0 losses. 4-0 against Maitland coming all the way back in round 4. And another 4-0 defeat to the hands of their opponents tonight in round 6 at this exact ground here at Alder Park. Franklin gets inside of Vitnell. Andrews looking to drop it back. She seemed to have carried on for now, which is a great sign for New Lambton fans. Fisher over the top, but well read by Mitchell. Picked back up there by Pickett. Pickett doing really well after being surrounded by Lake Macquarie jumpers to keep it moving for the home side, although they've turned it over here to the path of Brown. Looking to combine with Loda Weston, but that execution hasn't been there tonight so far for Lake Macquarie. Isabella White happy to wait for a Lake Macquarie jumper to come forward. Oh, pretty comfortable in terms of the scoreboard so far. The final touch coming off Georgia Brown. Samples throw. Tracy Kelly was presenting on forward. It's a battle for the ball, which is won out by Gemma Lawson, who's taking New Lambton home this season as Gemma Lawson. Making the move from Broadmeadow Magic, where she played last season, to partner Gosling at the back. And now Paragalli showing a good sign of intent. Getting that final passes really let Lake Macquarie down in this contest. Fraser Kelly, though, keeping it in play. Taking no chances, but it will fall to Talon Convery. So throw in for New Lambton. Shout out to everyone here in attendance tonight as well. It's a great, healthy crowd for a chilly Saturday evening. And New Lambton will be back here next week as well in a game that's going to mean so much to their opponents in Newcastle Olympic. Sorry, that's 2 weeks' time, where all regular season games come to an end. New Lambton Olympic, Adamstown v Maitland, Magic v Azuri. So that 4th spot in particular will be one that Magic will be eyeing off. They'll be looking to right the wrongs of their defeat last night to Maitland FC. Much improved performance by Broadmeadow. A massive shout out as well to Marley Blanche, who was incredible. Understand was quite unwell prior to the game, but was able to play on and kept Broadmeadow in that game for large periods. That header from Mitchell wasn't where she intended, and a throw-in goes the way of New Lambton as the tempo just slowly dying down of this game. Lake Macquarie came out really fast after half-time. Just need a moment from somewhere to light some energy within the group. There's that one being chased down by Loda Weston, who switched flanks for now, with Bainsfair coming to the left-hand side. And seen that a bit in the first half as well from both players. Just switching and trying to cause confusion. Caitlin McMahon now. Loda Weston brings it down to control nicely. They've worked this nicely. Ordino, plenty of runners coming down this left-hand side. Slipping it through, cutting the side of one. There was Vitnil still alive in the box. New Lambton clearing only as far as Brown. Plenty of space and time, but Gemma Lawson, crucial intervention. Macquarie have had these moments with the ball. Can they make it count for something? Sense if they do want to grab something from this game, they've got to grab that next goal quick, fast. And that will allow New Lambton to make a substitution, and for a second week straight, Cass Davis will come on and play some minutes for the Golden Eagles, replacing Zana Franklin. She comes into the contest after not being able to continue for the Newcastle Jets towards the back end of last season through injury. She is here and wants to play a big part in New Lambton in their final series, which is slowly upon them. So she'll join Montana Quick and Sienna Fraser-Kelly in the middle of the park. Good to see her back out there. Won't be too long before she'll be back into pre-season preparations for the Jets under Stephen Hoyle for a second year. See her positioned in the middle of the park is now a goal kick, which Gosling again will take. Sent forward, the bounce favours New Lambton. Andrews just looking to get a touch in on behind. Chasing is Brown, who keeps it in. Brown over the top. Loda Weston to Brown. Bainsfair's switch, which wasn't a bad idea. Now they've got to get jumpers behind the ball. Davis's pass is a nice one. Confusion between the back line there for Lake Macquarie. Trappett looking to pick up the scraps. Likewise is Andrews, and she goes to ground here. In a dangerous position for some of the experienced players that are out there for New Lambton, that I'm sure might fancy themselves from this set piece. Andrews is the first to pick up the ball. Macquarie probably know what's coming here. If Tara Andrews is standing over it, you'd presume there might be a shot on goal or potentially a rehearsed move of Cassidy Davis positioned to her left, and those two are just going to have a quick word in the ear of each other now. Who will it be for New Lambton? Tara Andrews steps up, hits the crossbar, must be turned home. And isn't, but that will be a penalty. The contact there in the back. Caitlin Pickett looked to have headed that one in, but it was a flying challenge from behind that denies her, and New Lambton will go to the spot and potentially have their fourth of the night. But what a goal that would have been if Tara Andrews was able to turn that home. She might have another chance here to do so, though, if she decides to pick up the ball for this penalty, which you'd presume she might. This could be the icing on the cake for New Lambton. A dominant display at home so far. Fraser Kelly has a brace. Trappett has her goal. Is this Tara Andrews' time? Of course it is. Andrews converts. New Lambton have a fourth. And Andrews just continues to pile on the goals for the Golden Eagles. Cool as you like from the penalty spot, leaving Convery with no chance. Making it New Lambton 4, Lake Macquarie 0. And the task now becomes even bigger for the visitors to respond. A few people in the crowd as well congratulating Tara. Never counter out of scoring from a game. That's a lovely turn though from Bainsfair. Slipping it through to Loda Western. And every time Lakes have conceded, they've been straight up the other end, trying to do damage of their own. So Andrews now with 25 goals for the season. Still with a couple more games to be played as well, so she can well and truly add to that list. New Lambton, though, might add to their list here tonight. Mitchell, though, picking it off. Tara Andrews now sending it forward for Dino. Runners pouring forward for Lake Macquarie. Ordino to Bainsfair. Bainsfair delivering and only really low to Western. Alongside Ordino charging forward, just making sure they were there if anything was spilt by Isabella White. Great footwork from Paragalli. Lakes, so they have a goal to show tonight. Vintnell slipping it through. This might be their chance. But Gemma Lawson coming across. And she's been solid in the back four for New Lambton tonight as they look to keep that clean sheet intact. As we said, New Lambton's biggest wins this season, as we'll get back to that, as the ball played in. And nearly tapped home by Emily Loda Western. Just looking to pull one back there for Lake Macquarie. New Lambton can take the pace out of the game. They've been impressive tonight. I'm sure they might certainly have their eye on a few more goals. Montana Quick sending it out to Trappett. Two number twos going at it. A bit of shirt grabbing there from Mitchell, but Trappett has done well to win out. Now sending over the top. Andrews was already advanced in behind. If that ball would have stuck in behind in the defence of the Lake Macquarie side. Kezia White switching the play nicely, looking for Mitchell. These wing backs for Lake Macquarie are such an integral part of how they play. So crucial to their brand of football. There's Trappett dropping it back to Fisher. Fraser Kelly's first touch is a heavy one. And the last touch there off Fisher, which means it will be a Lake Macquarie throw-in. As we said, their final regular season game ends here tonight. And with finals on the horizon, you expect them to try and build some momentum in the time that remains. As now, here comes a chance, but the ball too heavy. And that probably sums up their night so far. Last five heading into this one, all wins. So the mood amongst the Eagles is certainly at a high, despite not being able to grab that minor premiership, which mathematically they can still win, but the task is pretty tricky for them to do so. Here comes the set piece though for Macquarie. Looking to stop that clean sheet from a New Lambton side that have been pretty well organised defensively tonight. You can see Cass Davis adding her experience, making sure nothing comes from this set piece. White to deliver. Mitchell was looking to get a flick on. Lambton have picked it up, but they've turned it back over to White, sending it in. Nice touch. A little too heavy, and now New Lambton's turn to break. Just thumped forward there by Trappett, inviting Andrews to chase, but this one comfortably will fall into the hands of Convery, who was the only change for Macquarie heading into this fixture this evening. Morgan Ross out of the side. Here you go, Macquarie down the right-hand side, but again, just runs out of play. Sent forward now for Fraser Kelly. Reminder, still on that hat-trick centre, Fraser Kelly. Be incredible for her to get that if the opportunity does arise. If you are just joining us on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel, as you can tell, New Lambton dominant on the scoreboard. Brace to Sienna Fraser Kelly, as well as solo goals to Brown and Trappett. And a penalty from Tara Andrews sees them fall to the good as it stands. Macquarie aren't done yet. They'll continue to fight. Here they come through Georgia Brown. And sends it forward to Pickett, who is doing their defensive duties well. Macquarie did trail a couple of weeks ago against Maitland by 3 goals to 0 and managed to pick up a late goal there at the end. Do they have a goal to show tonight? Nice interchange of play. Brown beating Salvador. Baines fair slipping it through. Lovely passage here from Macquarie. Perigelli sending it in, and it needed a teammate to find it. Still might. Shot coming in by Loda Weston was blocked initially by Cassidy Davis, and New Lambton have seen out that. But again, passage of play from Macquarie, which I'm sure their coaching staff will be happy with. Throw-in intended for Davis. Gosling sends it forward. And a play for a late Macquarie throw-in. Sonny Mitchell will take into the path of Ordino. The final touch did come off her after she was charging forward, and will be a New Lambton throw-in in front of their home dugout, which I'm sure will be happy with the display so far. Weston still battling hard. Gemma Lawson sending it forward this time. McMahon picks it off initially. Now here comes the danger through Andrews. Just couldn't get it under control. That's great tracking back there by McMahon. Now sent forward by Convery. Cass Davis with the nicest of first touches. Chances on here, sent out wide. Pickett shoots and scores, but it's offside. The flag was raised. Sienna Fraser Kelly with the clever pass on the right-hand side, but Pickett searching for a goal here this evening and is centimetres away from having it there. Unfortunately, the offside flag coming to bite her, but here she goes picking it off again. Andrews driving forward, has Pickett in support. Andrews cuts inside one, has options to her left, might go herself, and a great save by Convery to deny her. Well, you'd certainly back Andrews in that position. Was on her left foot. A great save down to her left from Convery to keep the margin at 4, and now Lake Macquarie down the other end. Loader Weston chasing hard. Crucial touchback by Fisher. And now a strong challenge coming through. Referee said nothing toward, but we'll now stop the play for that challenge. Looked to be Banksfair that was flying through, and Scanner Fraser-Kelly caught her. And this has created some concern for Lake Macquarie's number 7. Obviously, Banksfair, a crucial part of them this season. 6 goals to her name, the most of any Lake Macquarie player this season, so leading the charts in terms of goals scored. Chelsea Lucas with 3, Larissa Ryan with 5 as well. Ryan with majority of those goals coming in earlier in the season. There's now a chance for Lake Macquarie. It's knocked out a play by Fisher. And still some concern over Banksfair, who's still clutching at a potential injury. New Lambton are preparing a change in the meantime. Banksfair looks all good to carry on for now. Is there something for Lake Macquarie here tonight? Ball sent in, a very dangerous position. Needed a touch from White. And she gets a crucial hand to it to parry it over the bar. If set pieces can be like that on most occasions for Lake Macquarie, they're certainly going to create danger. Kezia White going to go short to Brown, decides to send it in. This one to the back post, Mitchell's header. Banksfair doing likewise. And it's over the crossbar. Massive chance there for Lake Macquarie. It's a double header there. Mitchell at first, and Banksfair turn it home. Unfortunately, Lake Macquarie stays the same. Here comes the press from the visitors, and they pitch it high up the field. Brown's little dink. Banksfair wins the first header. Davis using her experience to shield it away, although White loses out momentarily as Lakes players waiting in the box. White well out of their goals, but Lambton are able to slowly get away from that danger. There is the substitution. Number 2 for New Lambton. Montana Quick leave the field, replaced by Nia Bradley, who takes her place. But now dinking it over the top. Andrews was there in support. Mitchell turning on the afterburners, sending a cross in which can't beat Lawson. Still alive, Ordino looking to fashion a shot, looking to get the shot away, and nearly brought to control by Banksfair, who's looked to shaken off that earlier injury. And this one ambitiously sent forward, might sit up, and had to be headed away by Fisher. Well, the last corner was a dangerous one for Lake Macquarie, and they'll look to pinch one back here. Six away goals this season. Can they pull one back here? Gully's delivery is deep. First header is one. Loader Weston keeps it in play. No, she doesn't. And Don't survive that again, New Lambton. So they've been very strong defensively, have the Golden Eagles. Just doing what's required. And well on their way now to pick up another win, continue their home undefeated streak. And this win here tonight would be so crucial for them, and momentum building into the finals. Bainsfair being forced back. Sonny Mitchell looking to find the feet there of a teammate, and now New Lambton's turn to break. Only the one goal for them in this second half, which did come courtesy of Tara Andrews. Penalty after a shove from Caitlin Pickett. So Gosling to take with plenty up there in support for the Golden Eagles. Headed away by Mitchell. Davis' first time touch. Coming down the right hand side now are New Lambton, but it's picked off and there's a real chance for a counter attack here if Lake Macquarie can work the numbers right. Paragalli. The pass has a bit of weight on that, still potential there for Brown to chase down, but Lawson, he's probably been quite an underrated signing this year for New Lambton. Formed a real defensive partnership there alongside Amy Gosling. And Isabella White as well will certainly be pleased with how this game's going. Clean sheet is not too far away. Huge for her confidence between the sticks. And as we said earlier, wishing Janali Haynes all the best in a speedy recovery after she is currently in hospital. Wilson taking no chances in clearing it out of play. Little spin there from Vitnall. Gets a strike away, but it won't trouble Isabella White. And New Lambton are just cruising to victory. Salvador. Midfield to Bradley. Dinks it into a pocket of space for Andrews, who's looking to keep it in, but her last touch just let her down there at the end. McMahon's long throw. Trying to catch New Lambton unaware. Bradley on the spin, but robbed of possession by Ordino, who has players on the far side if she can find them. Low to Weston. Driving into a pocket of space and releasing it to Sonny Mitchell. Mitchell using that speed to full effect. Cutting it back. Really a chance here for Lake Macquarie. Might still fall. Ordino robbed by Sienna Fraser-Kelly. Now low to Weston. Mitchell using an opposite fullback in Georgia Brown, who takes an ambitious strike. No one following in for Lake Macquarie. Well, they might have regretted that. Now up the other end, the bounce in the favour of the away side. Kezia White calming things down, sending it out to Alyssa Togo Paragalli, whose pass doesn't hit the mark, but Kezia White's there to pick it up before losing out again. Chance for New Lambton to hit on the break. Andrews looking to send the runner down the left-hand side in behind, which was Brianna Trappett. Now we'll recycle things through Paragalli. Salvador again. Alert to the situation. Advantage played for now. Fraser-Kelly looking for Cass Davis, but the referee will go back for that infringement. Cass Davis now sending into the mix early, deciding to clean the box rather than waiting for teammates to get there in support. It's an encouraging run though from Pickett. Stuck in a corner, trying to win a corner, which unfortunately she hasn't. Georgia Brown back to Togo Paragali. So Lake Macquarie will have so much time now to work on tactics heading into the finals. Will not be playing in the final round of the season due to the bye. Gives them time to sit back, rest some of those bodies after what's been an intense season. New Lambton though, searching for more goals. Andrews' flick finds Trappett, but unfortunately the contact finds its way through to goalkeeper Convery, who, despite conceding 4 goals tonight, has been caught into action on multiple occasions and has been impressive between the sticks and Morgan Ross's replacement. Fraser Kelly's little poke finds Pickett. Unable to find a teammate, so out for a throw-in. Just to remind you of tomorrow's game, 3 p.m. at Darling Street Oval, it'll be Newcastle Olympic taking on Adamstown Rosebuds. Massive game for both sides. Has so much riding on it. Olympic looking to work their way off the bottom of the table. Adamstown, on the other hand, needing a win. Stay in touch with the finals in that game. As every game will come to you live and free right here on the North New South Wales Football YouTube channel. So interesting to see Lake Macquarie have only made the one change in this second half. Obviously a pretty heavy reliance on the starting 11 to play the full 90. Now Lily Brooks forced under pressure. Lakes have got to be careful so they work their way out of trouble here. Bradley looking to win it back from the opposite number in Loda Weston, who does well, but robbed at the final moment. But it'll be a throw-in for Lake Macquarie, and the time is drawing to a near end. Thumbs forward by Lawson. Brown happy to pick it up and send Bainsfair on a chase up against Salvador, who still provides so much energy even late into games. Her work rate, a massive attribute of her game. Right fullback for New Lambton, pretty versatile player as well, which always helps. Last touch there off Brown. Davis looking to take the throw in. The back there of Georgia Brown, so consecutive throw-ins coming the way of the home side. We just search for a teammate to find. Trappett looking to flick it on. Galley with fancy footwork to ride the challenge of a couple there, but ball seemed to have already gone out of play in New Lambton. Want to get things going in a hurry. Andrews battling hard in the final touch. They're coming off Caitlin McMahon. Sees to throw the ball out of play after that. Salvador's throw. Paragelli with a touch and then sending it into the air, which will spin favour of Brown, who does well to keep it in. That one out of play. And Lambton just sniffing for a potential 5th goal. Haven't had too many clear-cut chances to further extend that lead. Had moments on the break. Can they add a 5th to send these home fans happy as we die into the dying minutes of this game? So Fraser Kelly taking it to the corner. Well, I think this margin's pretty comfortable for New Lambton. Surprising to see that not fancying their chances at going for more. Salvador in no hurry to get this throw-in taken. Does send it in to Fraser Kelly. Now Kezia White battling and wins the battle for Paragalli. Georgia Brown's sending it forward. Davis winning the initial header. Fraser Kelly, lovely little pass. It looked like it was going to find Pickett, and Lake Macquarie are able to clear. But this is a great spell here from New Lambton as we approach the end of this game. They now have to watch the visitors on the break as Paragalli drives forward, slips it inside, and a teammate on the same wavelength. Davis now calmly dropping it back to Salvador, who tried to do likewise and picked off, and Loda Weston really had a chance through on goal if her touch was a better one. Now Fraser Kelly thumping it forward. That one will stay in play, inviting Trappett to chase. Bit of a shirt grab there with McMahon, and the free kick going the way of the visitors. Loda Weston looking to chase down Molly Salvador. Blake still knocking on the door. Looking just to pull back a goal. It'd be nothing but a consolation, as that's a lovely ball from Georgia Brown. Releasing her opposite fullback in Sonny Mitchell. Ordino into the area. Can she keep it in? She can. Sends it across. And Isabella White, as she has been throughout this whole contest, alert to the danger. Able to claim calmly into the hands. And that is all the action here at Order Park. All wrapped up. And New Lambton taking a 4-0 win thanks to a brace from Sienna Fraser Kelly. An absolute screamer from Brianna Trappett before the only goal in the second half for New Lambton coming the way of Tara Andrews. For Lake Macquarie, their regular season ends here. They will have the bye in the last round, so will not feature. Next time we'll get to see them is in the final series, while for New Lambton, they are back at home next week to take on Newcastle Olympics. So all eyes will be on that game, as well as they look to build more confidence heading into the finals. But it wraps up here at Order Park. New Lambton FC 4, Lake Macquarie 0.
I'll hand you your bag if you want. You've done that before? I just put it on the legs, get down, and then put it off. That's kind of boring. Nothing exciting. I think you're done.